guys, how are we doing? Very well. In today's video I'm going to talk about my newest tattoo and my experience at the Brussels Tattoo Convention. I'm just going to sit down, have a natter. I've just filmed a tattoo convention Q&A and I think I talked for about an hour. So I think I'm going to post this video first and then the Q&A video, I think. But anyway, I've spoke enough already today. Excuse me. So yeah, let's try and get this done. So me and Yasmin went to Brussels on the 8th? No, hang on, let me look at my calendar. Oh my god, this video really is going to be all over the place. Yes, we went to Brussels on the 8th of November, we come back on the 10th. So the reason why we went to Brussels is Yasmin was an absolute darling and she got me, you know, the Eurostar tickets, the hotel and the tattoo convention tickets for my Christmas present last year, so 2017, and my birthday, which is January 2018, which was this year. So it was last year, this year type situation, which was super lovely and sweet of her, and it's just the best present ever. I had so much fun. So yeah, we got the Eurostar to Brussels on the Thursday and we stayed in this lovely hotel. I vlogged the whole situation if you haven't seen the vlogs from this thing that I'm talking about, so the holiday and the convention. I'll leave the links down below. But yeah, we had a wonderful time at Brussels. Everyone in Brussels was just so lovely, like absolutely everyone was an absolute sweetheart. Honestly, it's just so kind and friendly and polite, and I couldn't fault anyone there. Everyone was so nice, and the people that I met at the Brussels Tattoo Convention also, so the people that come up to me and said, hey, I watch your videos and stuff like that. Oh my god, you were all so sweet and lovely, and honestly thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and say hi and I don't know, just, you know, talking to me and whatever. It was so nice, and yeah, thank you for that. I thought I'd throw that out there straight away. So yeah, on the Friday me and Yasmin went to the Brussels Tattoo Convention, and I've never been to a tattoo convention abroad. I've only been to tattoo conventions that are in England. I've been to London Tattoo Collective, London Tattoo Convention twice, Brighton Tattoo Convention twice. So Brussels was my first ever tattoo convention overseas in another country. So it was just a whole new experience in itself, to be honest with you. So me and Yasmin got to the tattoo convention around about 1, I believe. Yeah, around about 1ish, just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We had tickets, so we could have gone earlier, but I have never personally been to a tattoo convention as soon as it opens. I've heard there's a lot of queuing involved. I don't like queuing. I'm the most impatient person ever. It's one of my bad qualities, I would say. So yeah, we went around about 1ish, and we kind of just had a little lay-in as well because we didn't sleep that great the night before because we were on a mad one. We were just laughing at everything. So we got there about 1, and then we, you know, walked up to this booth that was there and we collected our tickets because Yasmin had printed off the tickets. No, we collected our wristbands, sorry. I've still got mine on. I have the worst habit of leaving on wristbands, like the worst. Like I will keep this on for a good, maybe month. Actually, I don't know, I might just take this off eventually because it's a paper one. So it's getting a little bit crinkly because I've obviously showered with it on and stuff like that. I don't know, I just love leaving wristbands on, it's just weird. Yes, we got our wristbands and we walked in and we saw this one room where we walked in and there's loads of artists. We're like, holy shit, this is massive, like the one room. We walked into another room and I was like, oh my god, there's another room, it's massive. Then we walked into another room and I was like, holy shit, this room's bigger. And then we noticed there was another room, and then there's loads of little side rooms off of the rooms. So there was one where you could get food, and there was one where there was skateboarding and an art gallery, and there's one for roller derby. Like, this convention was massive. So we kind of had a little look around. We didn't pay attention to tattoo artists too much when we first got there. We kind of had a little look, but we kind of wanted to scope out the whole convention. And we had a little look around, and then once we got to the end, we were walking back to where we began, and we started looking at artists then, I think. So yeah, we ended up, so once we started coming back the way, we were looking at tattoos, and there was a lot that I liked. There was a big handful of tattoos I liked, but it was a point of saying, yes, I like this, but I don't know if I like it enough to have it tattooed on me. But I kept a few artists in mind as I was walking through. And then I come across Hugo, who was the artist that has done my new tattoo. And I saw his flash sheet. I hadn't seen any black work traditional artists at the convention so far. through walking around. And I was just like, whoa, this guy's flash sheet is amazing. Well, he had 3 flash sheets, if I remember rightly. And I liked every single one. There was not one on there that I didn't like, but there was 2 that stuck out in my mind so much. And I was just like, holy cow, I like both of these a lot, like beyond the amount that I liked the other ones that I had seen previously. And so I was just like, oh my god, I really like them. And I said to Yasmin, I like this, and she was like, yes, like these 2 are amazing. So there was the one that I got, which is a lady portrait holding a camera, and then there was just a camera itself. And I have been dying to get a camera related tattooed for quite a while. So I looked at them and I kept looking. I looked through his portfolio, I looked through his Instagram, and I was like, whoa, okay, this artist is really good. We walked away from his station. I think we got, you know, 3, 4 booths down, or stations, whatever you want to call them. And I said to Yasmin, no, I need to go and see if this guy has space. And she was like, yes, go girl. So I turned around, I did like a 180, 360, whatever. And then I walked back and I kind of stood there awkwardly like, hi, do you have any space? And Hugo is from France and he doesn't speak that much English. And I don't speak any French. Like I say bonjour, that's about as good as we get. Bonjour, merci. That's, yeah. This is the problem with being English. I said this in my vlog, like English people are super lazy when it comes to learning. Well, not everyone, I can't speak for everyone, but we don't learn, well, we do learn other languages in school. I learned Spanish and French, but I don't remember any of it because we don't use it. We do not use it. English is so lazy. We are like a highly multicultural country, but everyone speaks English for the most part. Obviously there's people that speak other languages, but for the most part English people speak English. So luckily he had an assistant there, or I'm not sure who she was, but I think she was like a shop assistant maybe, and she'd come to the convention, or she was just helping out. Anyway, she could speak quite a bit of English, so she managed to translate between me and him. Elmo, Rabbit is being obnoxious. That's it, go to sleep. So she helped. So I said to her, has he got any space this for today? And I think that was it. Yeah, that's what I asked at that point. And he said, yeah, come back at 6. So in my mind, that was like, come back at 6, but that means to me, I will always go back a little bit early. So yeah, I couldn't get this tattoo out of my mind. So I walked away and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and get this tattoo. So me and Yasmin kind of just enjoyed our day. We walked around quite a bit, and anytime we come past his booth or anywhere near him, I kind of just looked to see if he was still tattooing. Like, yes, he was. That's just who, I love this tattoo so much. Anyway, we had like lunch and stuff like that, and we watched the wrestling, and then we watched the Globe of Death, I think it was called, where like up to 7 men on motocross bikes will be in this globe, like going around it upside down, round and round, really fast. It was very scary, but really cool to watch. I think after that I went back to his booth to ask how much the tattoo was, because I started to get concerned about money and if I could afford it, and how am I going to pay for it. Because when I went to Brussels, I got 200 euros, I think, from the from St. Pancras. So I knew it was going to be more than 200 euros because it's a tattoo convention. Tattoos are more expensive at conventions. So I was really concerned about how I was going to pay for this. So I went back and I asked him and the girl how much the tattoo would be. And they said 300 euros. And I was like, shit, I don't have 300 euros. How am I going to get 300 euros? And that kind of put me off a little bit. I was just like, oh crap, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. And then I started to get a little bit scared. I was like, oh, but I really like this. Like, I don't want anyone else to get this tattoo. I want it myself so bad. Like, I cannot explain to you how much I love this tattoo. So started to kind of internally freak out, like, oh my god, like someone else is gonna get this tattoo. And I had already took his card and followed him on Instagram. So I was hoping and praying that if there's no way for me to get money or no way for me to pay him, I would hopefully be able to visit his studio in France. Like, I was willing to fly to France to get this tattoo. Yasmin said she looked for flights for me. Like, she knew how much I wanted this tattoo. Like, this tattoo like has a meaning to me. Even though it's a flash piece, I relate to it. It's a woman holding a camera. It's not that deep, but yeah, I've always loved cameras and stuff like that. So it was just so perfect. Oh my god, what am I like? So I was really, like, I was just desperate for this tattoo basically. So I then googled to see where the nearest like cash machine is, ATM, whatever you want to call it, because I knew there wasn't one in the convention. Most tattoo conventions actually do have cash machines in them. You sometimes have to pay like a fee of like £1 or £2 or £3 or whatever to get the money out, but it's a lot more convenient than leaving the convention to find a cash machine. If you've never been to that place before, I'd never been to Brussels before, I didn't know where the nearest cash machine was. But yeah, I googled it on Google Maps and I found a bank nearby, so I thought, right, okay, if I end up getting this tattoo, I'm gonna have to get this money. And I'm gonna have to leave the convention. I'm gonna have to leave Yasmin here, or she's gonna have to go for me. I don't know. I was willing to give Yasmin my card and my PIN number and say, hey, withdraw shit ton of money. So I was very close to just going to the cash machine and just getting the money. But the bank I'm with is very strict on, you know, card fraud. And anything suspicious on your card, they will block your card. Because, well, when my mum went to New York, oh god, how many years ago was it? Like 5, 6 years ago? She obviously had dollars and stuff, but she brought a card with her. She paid for something on her card. Even though she had let the bank know that she was going, they still blocked her card and she couldn't use it. Luckily she had like money with her and my uncle and whoever. I didn't go. She went with my sister and my uncles and stuff like that. I stayed at home and me and Yasmin fucked about. Anyway, yeah, so I had that in the back of my mind thinking, shit, if I was to take money out, my card's gonna get blocked, and when I go home, I'm gonna have the most difficult time ever. And also, when I downloaded an app on my phone and registered, it was some sort of taxi service, they blocked my card. Well, no, they put a limited amount of what I could spend each transaction. I think I could only spend like 15 or 20 quid or whatever. So yeah, my bank account, it's good, but it's annoying at the same time. Anyway, so I knew if I was to get this money out, my card would have been blocked and I would have had a hard time when I come home. But I really didn't care. Like, I wanted this tattoo so bad, I literally did not care. But the thing is, I didn't want to get the money out if I wasn't going to get this tattoo, because I would have gone through all of that for nothing. So I really did leave it till last minute. So again, me and Yasmin were walking around, we did the photo booth. I've got all the things here. So we did like this photo booth, we've got all the photos here. Them two are upside down. So we were just like, you know, walking around, exploring, but I still had this tattoo in my mind, and we were sitting down, and where we were sitting down there was this other artist that I really liked the work of, and I saw a tattoo from him that I really, really liked. And I was very tempted to just get that because he was free. He was literally sitting down drawing on his iPad, and I looked through his Instagram and he was a pretty decent artist. I've got his card, I followed him on Instagram because his work was pretty nice. I can't remember which one it was though. I've got all these cards from the artist that I followed and I can't remember what his name was. I know that's so bad. If I was to look through all of these, I'd find him. Ain't nobody got time for that though. So then I nearly got tattooed by him, but then I said to Yasmin, oh, that artist has a tattoo that I really like, but I feel like if I was to get it, even though I like it, I would be settling, and it would be me just getting tattooed for the sake of it because I wanted to get tattooed. And then I just couldn't get this tattoo out of my head, the one that I got. So we went up to the tattoo artist again. He told me to go back at like 7ish, and me and Yasmin were kind of hovering around where he was, but not hovering around him, but we were sitting in the seating area in the same hall area he was in. And we kept kind of like peering over, yeah, having a look to see if he was still tattooing or if he had finished. So we went up to him once he had finished the person that was kind of in front of me, so to say. And we got to his booth around about 7:15, because when I went back the second time to see how much it was, I think he told me to come back at 7 instead of 6. So anyway, I went at like 7:15, I think it was, and I said to the girl that was helping him, you know, it's, how much is it, 300 euros, I need to go to a cash machine. And then I think she thought I said, where is the nearest cash machine? But I said, no, I need to get the money out. Can I just double check? It's 300 euros. And she said, oh, you need to get the money out. And then I said, well, yeah, unless I can pay via PayPal. I kind of just asked. I was just like, let's see if I can, because then that will help me so much. PayPal is a godsend, okay? Like, I try and use PayPal anywhere I can. And then I think he said he preferred cash. And then I said, okay, that's fine. I'll go to a cash machine. I will leave Yasmin here and then I'll go, or Yasmin go and I stay here. And then he went, no, don't worry, pay by PayPal, it's fine. And I was just like, yes, thank you. He is the real MVP. He is such an awesome guy. I was like, yes, thank you. And he said to the girl to translate to me, well, no, actually, I think he could speak pretty good English, like we could communicate. But anyway, long story short, he said he was going to set up his station and what have you and come back in 5-10 minutes. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Me and Yasmin went and sat down again. I rolled up my jeans as far as I most possibly could, which was to my knee, which was a big mistake. I'll talk about that in a moment. I'm sure if you've watched the vlog, you know. So when I went over there, he was like, oh, where do you want it? And I said sort of lower down near my ankle at the back, not too close down because it wouldn't fit, but a little bit higher, sort of like mid calf region. And he was putting it on there and it felt like he was kind of struggling a bit, and honestly I didn't care where this tattoo was going, I just wanted it, okay? I didn't care where he was going to put it, I just wanted it on my body somewhere. So I said, you can put it up higher if you like if you're struggling it can go up higher. And he said, I can? And I was like, yeah, go for it. And he seemed pretty pleased about it. I just wanted to make his life easier because I felt like I had been not annoying him all day, but I wanted to be as nice as I most possibly can. I didn't want to be awkward, I didn't want to be difficult, because like he was tattooing pretty late in the convention anyway, because it was like 7-ish by this point and the convention shut at 9. And I don't know, I didn't want to feel like I was annoying him. I don't know, but I honestly didn't care where I went. You know, I wasn't settling or anything, I literally just didn't care. So he put it up higher on my calf and to the side, and then he was trying to explain to me the way he's put it, it's quite a nice gap there, but it fits with the other tattoo. So it's not too close, but there's a nice little gap there. So if I wanted a little tiny gap filler, I could, but if not, I could leave it like that. And honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it like it is. So he put it to the side on my calf. The placement, in my opinion, is really cool. The only bad thing is it covers half of my calf, but I have the other half of my calf. So let me see if I can get my leg up. I don't think I can. Oh my god. So you can see this is the leg it's on. So yeah, I have this bit free here, and then where the tattoo is, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. I am not flexible. Oh my god, this hurts so much. But this is where the tattoo is, so it's on half of my calf. Basically why that's a downside for me is because I have declared calf tattoos to be the spiciest motherfucking tattoo of all time. So I've had my calf tattooed before. I got tattooed by Keely. She did my cinema tattoo. This top is far too big for me. Excuse me. So I can't get my leg up. But I have this tattoo here. It's a massive one on my, it's not really that massive, but it's pretty big. It's like hand size. So when I got that done, it was so spicy. I honestly have never imagined a calf tattoo to be painful. I don't know, I just thought it'd be quite an easy tattoo. I've always found leg tattoos to be kind of easy. But calf tattoos are for no weak bitch. Like, I'm telling you, if you can't handle a calf tattoo or you have to tap out through a calf tattoo, I don't fucking blame you. They are so spicy and so painful. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. Like, there is no break with it either. So say when you get, like, to me outline is the most painful, and then colouring shading isn't that painful at all. But with calf tattoos, the lining is fucking awful, and then the shading slash colouring, whatever you want to call it, it's just the same. You don't get a break. It's just like hours of pain. I was just like, because I was laying on my front and I was just like, holy fucking shit. Oh my god, is this ever gonna end? And he wasn't, this isn't a bad thing, but he wasn't like the quickest tattoo artist I've ever been to. Like with Keely, my calf tattoo I think took under 2 hours, and it's quite big. Like, hang on, let me measure it. It's like, oh, that's probably wrong, but it's big. It's like this big. It's literally the size of my hand, like this, and it takes up most of my calf. But with the one that Hugo done, it's like palm size. Oh, actually no, it is quite big. It's like from here to like here, so it's not as big as my hand, but it goes this way instead of this way. So the Keely one goes this way, this one is that way. But I think it took him like over maybe like 2 hours. Like, I think I was done at like 9:20, 9:30. So it took a little while, and it was just so spicy. Like, it wasn't letting up, because I knew he was going to do the outline first, and I was like, this is going to be painful no matter what, because to me outline is the most painful. I was just begging for him to get to like the shading and like the colouring and what have you, but because most of the tattoo is actually line work, in all honesty, yeah, most of it's line work, and you know, the hair's quite a big black mass in places. But yeah, when he got to doing like the hair and stuff, I was just like, oh my fucking god, this isn't gonna get easier, it's just gonna get worse. And it got to the point where it was getting so painful that my legs started going numb. You know, like you could feel it, but it was like this numb feeling. So it was just unpleasant, and I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, calf tattoos are officially my most painful tattoo. It was fingers and then back, but I've declared from the experience I had with Keely and then this one, it's just got worse, honestly. It's not getting better. So yeah, calf tattoos are the most painful. Then I'm gonna say back, and then fingers. Fingers are really surprisingly painful. For me, this is obviously personal. You may have had a calf tattoo and it wasn't painful, but for me, fuck me. I have really flabby calves as well. Like, they're just jelly. Like, I'm slapping it now. That sounds wrong, but it's just jelly. I don't have muscly calves, nothing. It's just wibbly wobbly. It's just pure wibbly fat muscle. I don't know what my calves are made of. Jelly. I don't know, but it's painful, okay? If you wanted to know how painful it was painful. Shut up, Lauren. We know it's painful. So yeah, the tattoo took around about 2 hours, like I said. And again, because it's at a convention, there isn't much room in booths. So I was laying on this bed frontwards, and there was people like, there was like other artists and the assistant walking past me and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I just lay there for 2 hours. It didn't feel like 2 hours. Actually, no, it did. It did feel like 2 hours, to be honest with you. Because I was kind of just laying there. I wasn't talking to anyone because Yasmin was sitting behind me. They gave Yasmin a seat and she was just sitting there on her phone and she was filming little bits for me. Bless her heart. She did a really good job with that. I used a new camera for my Brussels trip because I got that voucher from doing Next Up, and they gave me a voucher to buy new equipment, and I finally used my new vlogging camera because I had one. They sent me one. It's the Canon G7X Mark II. It's the same vlogging camera that every YouTuber uses, basically, but I can see why. It's really good. But yeah, they sent me one. I had to send it back because it was broken, so that was fun. But then yeah, I used it for the first time in Brussels, and I had to have a little play around with it here and there, but I think the footage turned out alright. It's not got autofocus problems like my other vlogging camera. So from now on, hopefully, fingers crossed, if it works, or if it continues to work, my vlogs shouldn't have any weird blurring issues or focus issues like they normally do. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Shut up, Lauren. Yeah, we did the tattoo. It was spicy. And then once he was done, he kind of sort of wiped me down, and then he took photos, and then I paid him via PayPal. So I signed into my PayPal. He put his email address in. He put his email address like I wanted him to do it, just in case I spelled it wrong or whatever. So he did it, and then what you can do on PayPal is convert your money to another currency. So I'm GBP, pound sterling, whatever you want to call it, and he's euros. So I had to put in this like English money a few times to get the right amount. I ended up sending him 303 euros because I literally could not be bothered to faff around deleting how much I was putting in and how it was converting, if that makes any sense. Like, I put in like 250, I think, and that wasn't enough, so I had to delete that. And then I put in 270, and I don't think that was enough. And then I ended up putting in 275, which was 303.80 euros or something, I don't know. And I was like, is this okay? Because I cannot be bothered to faff around. My leg was literally on fire, right? And he's like, yes, thank you. So I paid him, and then I made sure I got, if you use PayPal, you know, when you send something, it will come up with like a tick saying, it will do a tick and then a green circle around it, and it says you have sent whatever amount to this email address. So I made sure he saw that, and yeah, so hopefully you got it. So yeah, we did that, and then we left the convention, and then we got an Uber back to the hotel, and then we ate some food, and then I was like, right, my jeans have to come off. And if you remember me saying earlier that I had to roll my jeans up to get this tattoo, I was wearing skinny jeans, and they were quite tight around the ankle to start off with, like most skinny jeans are. And I had just completely forgot, like I was so desperate to get this tattoo, I just completely forgot that I swell up so much. No matter where I get tattooed, I swell up very quickly and very big. Like, my calf was like almost double the size of my other calf by the time I got back to the hotel and had eaten and settled down and what have you. So I had to try and get Yasmin to help me get these jeans off. So I took one leg out very easily, it was fine. And then I tried to take the other one off and it just wasn't coming over. I was like, okay, this is a new experience. And I was like, oh my God, I can't get this off, can't get this off. And it was literally just not going over my calf. Like, it was so tight and painful. Like, I can't even tell you how painful it was. I started to get very sweaty. I felt very weak. Like, I was like, oh my God, I might actually pass out here on this bed in this hotel room in Brussels. That's nice. Luckily, I was, you know, sitting on a bed. But yeah, Yasmin was trying to yank it off and we did little bits at a time and it just really wasn't going very far. It was just getting more and more painful. I could literally feel pressure in my leg and I was just like, this is not nice. And Yasmin tried to put her like fingers up my, that sounds so wrong, but she tried to put her fingers up my trouser leg to sort of like shimmy it down. That wasn't working. So it was either a case of I put these jeans back on and I do not take them off until I get home, until the swelling has gone down, or I cut myself out of them. I went for cutting myself out of them because I was honestly worried about how much this was going to affect my leg and my tattoo. So I had to cut from the bottom and I started like ripping them. And I think I ended up with like a 2-3 inch rip at the bottom of them. I think I might just put safety pins in it and call it fashion. I don't know, or sew it up, I don't know. I may even just leave it and just cut the other one, you know, the other leg, to make it look like it's meant to be a thing. That was an experience and something I've never experienced before in my whole life. And it was definitely an adventure. At the time it wasn't funny, let me tell you, it was so painful, but once I had done it and got out, I was like, oh, thank God for that. So the other question, I think someone asked me this on a video, I'm not sure, but when it comes to obviously healing a tattoo that you weren't expecting, I don't recommend anyone doing this, but this is what I had to do. And I'm a very open and honest person, and some other people would just hide the fact that they did this just to, you know, keep up their brand or keep up their channel or whatever. I don't recommend doing this, but obviously I didn't have any intentions of getting tattooed at the convention, so I didn't bring any aftercare stuff with me. I didn't bring any cling film, nothing. And by the time I had finished the tattoo, it was 9:30 and everyone was clearing out. Like, all the booths were shutting down, there wasn't really many people around at all, so I couldn't even buy any aftercare stuff because all of the aftercare stations had, you know, shut down, or the people that were at the booths or the stations or whatever you want to call them had gone. So I couldn't even buy anything, you know. So what I did is I left the tattoo wrapped overnight. Don't recommend it. I do not recommend. There's a reason why tattoo artists tell you to unwrap the tattoo 2 to 5-6 hours after getting the tattoo. It's because you need to let the tattoo breathe. But luckily I had finished getting the tattoo pretty late at night, like I was saying, like 9:20, 9:30. So I left it wrapped overnight because, again, I was in a hotel and I didn't want to leak all over the sheets. I'd already, like I said in the vlog, I had already sharted blood everywhere from trying to get my jeans off because I ended up leaking from underneath or something. I don't know how it happened, to be honest with you. So yeah, I didn't want to leak all over these white sheets. I didn't want to get stuck to the white sheets, nothing. So what I did is I left it wrapped overnight, and then as soon as I woke up the next day, I took off the wrapping and then cleaned the tattoo. And then I left it unwrapped until I got home. Luckily the next day I was coming home, so as soon as I come home, again, I cleaned the tattoo, and then I've been using tattoo goo ever since because I haven't bought any new Sanaderm. I ran out of Sanaderm, what was it, like a year ago now? I don't know, but I need to buy a new roll of Sanaderm because I love that stuff so much. But yeah, I've been using tattoo goo to heal this, and it's fine, it's not infected. I did have a bruise come up yesterday. It seems to have gone away though, I can't see it now, maybe it's the lighting. But yeah, it's all good, there's no infections. But again, from now on, I'm 110% bringing tattoo aftercare stuff with me wherever I go. If I'm planning on getting tattooed on holiday or at a convention abroad, or I'm staying somewhere or whatever, I'm gonna bring stuff. I was just so unprepared, which is stupid, and yeah, I'm just telling you the truth. I don't recommend it, but that's what I had to do. It's fine. It is fine. Doesn't make it okay, but it's fine. So I'm definitely now in the scabby stage. Yeah, my tattoo is starting to look very dry and a bit gross. That's just the way it is. It's looking a bit dry and gross, so I won't show you. I'll definitely show you guys when it's healed what it looks like. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole experience. I've talked about why I got the tattoo. Yeah, I've loved cameras. I've had cameras throughout most of my life. I've always been buying them. I've got, I don't know how many I've got now, 5 laying around. I just love cameras, and it's relative to like my job now because, you know, I do YouTube and stuff and I need a camera, obviously, because that's how you're seeing me now, to do this. And I just love the whole design. I just think it's so cool. And I now have another tattoo that has tattoos. So I have my Danny Cuepo pizza pin-up tattoo. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get these sleeves over my arms. But yeah, I've got this tattoo. You can't see. But I've got this tattoo here that has tattoos, and then my new one has tattoos also, which is really cool. I love that. It's like Inception. It's like a tattoo that has a tattoo. It's pretty cool. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the new lower leg tattoo limp. I've spoke about this in a few videos before. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this, but when you get a new lower leg tattoo and you sort of lay down for a little while, or you sit down for a little while, and then you stand up and then the blood rushes down your leg, you can fucking feel it. I know it sounds weird, but if you've experienced it, you know what I'm saying. But if you haven't and you're getting a new lower leg tattoo soon, or you're planning on getting a lower leg tattoo soon, you will know what I'm on about when you go through it. But it is the most painful thing ever. It's just so dramatic. Maybe I'm just a dramatic person, but the day of getting the tattoo, the day after, which was the Saturday, Sunday and Monday, I was okay. So yeah, the three days after? No, 3 days or whatever. Anyway, I just limped everywhere. As soon as I got up from something, from sitting down, from laying down, I would get up, go to the toilet, or because me and Yasmin were traveling the day after, so we were sitting down on trains, I would get up and I had to fucking limp everywhere. Literally the first 5 minutes after you stand up, it's an experience. You just limp and it's so painful. It's just, oh my god, it's just like, I can't explain the pain of it. It's unexplainable, but I thought I'd throw that out there. I went through that again. It's a whole new world, honestly. The things we go through, guys, the things we go through for pretty pictures on our skins, I swear to god. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. I think if you've got any questions, then comment down below. I think I've covered everything. If you've got any questions when it comes to like tattoo conventions and stuff, I've got a Q&A video about tattoo conventions coming up. Make sure you look out for that. And I think I pretty much covered everything you need to know when it comes to tattoo conventions, because you guys had questions, so I answered those questions, and there were so many good questions. So yeah, I highly recommend you watch that when it comes out. Okay, yes. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.